Hi, welcome to Go Permissionless. I'm Simon Elias, and we're on a mission creating world-class crypto-native information for entrepreneurs, traditional finance, and property investors. And on today's show, we've got some great news, including the explosive pattern on why Bitcoin will be shooting to the moon, and also why is Solana killing it this week with some, quite frankly, crazy news. Also discussing Babylon, a project for staking Bitcoin, which is going to be going parabolic. And also the SEC's Hester Peirce proposes US-UK crypto regulatory cross-border sandbox solution. So keep an eye out for that. That's going to be right at the end of the video. So keep watching. But most importantly, in order to bring further content to you, please like, share, subscribe, but also leave comments in the below. That really helps grow our channel. But without further ado, let's do it. Hi guys, welcome to the channel and welcome back. Hope you're well. So on today's show, we want to have a quick catch up about how things are going on the Bitcoin price as of today. So we're going to have a quick look at that, and then we're going to have some really exciting news to kind of share with you, which I kind of mentioned on the opener a few moments ago. But let's have a look, see what's happening on Bitcoin today. So you can see, I mean, this is a month price I've put forward here. You can see some really good climbs going on. We're currently running at 68,000 circa US dollars. But if we look at the last day, it looks like it's fairly been a choppy ride. So yeah, I mean, look, I don't know what's happening out there, but things are starting to go a bit crazy. I think with what's happening with Bitcoin, I keep reading about Bitcoin's price is certainly going to be dropping a bit. But again, if you listen to Raoul Paul, there's a lot going on with the banana zone. And the banana zone is basically the parabolic zone where Bitcoin's allegedly going to be shooting up after the halving, or up to 18 months after the halving, we see a huge shoot. So let's have a look at this. I mean, there's another interesting chart that I saw here this week from Bitcoin Magazine Pro. So they put here the quarterly chart reveals explosive potential. So if you look at these charts going up to 2025, you can kind of see here their prediction is basically we're breaking through here, which is kind of where we are at the moment, with a shoot up, obviously, which is the expected pattern to happen. And they put here, whenever Bitcoin sets a new quarterly high close, the following 6 to 9 months have historically seen major upward movements. This pattern is repeating, hinting at another big rally. So hopefully we're going to be seeing that very soon. But I've only been in 2 halvings and I've seen that obviously happen. So I can't comment going back to the history that they put there, but history doesn't lie. You can see on the chart there, we are due for that explosive rally to come soon. So let me know your thoughts in the comments there on what your prediction is going to be in the next few months for Bitcoin. It'll be great to get your feedback. This was really interesting. So basically, our friends at the Milk Road, if you don't subscribe to them, fantastic newsletter that I follow, but also, yeah, on a weekly basis, sorry, on a daily basis, they send out this news and there's some fantastic content to be had there. But obviously, this information is really critical. I'm a Solana investor myself. And I think I mentioned to you guys yesterday, really my sort of top coins at the moment is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. But to be honest, I'm really gung-ho on Solana, mainly because of the TPS, the transaction processing speeds are just phenomenal. But if you look at this news here about PayPal's Pi USD is live on Solana and why we should care. So PayPal's stablecoin Pi USD, which launched on Ethereum nearly a year ago, has now landed on Solana. Would you believe it? Fantastic news. If you scroll down further on, you can read here, PayPal, the OG on online payments, wants a bigger slice of the stablecoin pie. Obviously they do. With their massive user base, this will undoubtedly bring more action to the Solana blockchain. The question is, why did you choose Solana? Well, this tweet sums it up pretty well on why they chose Solana. So have a little look at that. Image, sorry. Why did PayPal choose to expand to the stablecoin to Solana? Cost effectiveness, high throughput, and speed of settlement. Token extensions expand functionality for compliance. So I see a lot of companies now going across to Solana. It's not just the meme coins that are kind of, producing their projects onto Solana. You're seeing a lot of the sort of key brands out there coming across, mainly because of the speed and cost effectiveness, This is really interesting. Stripe, who's one of the biggest payment processors globally, excuse me, I've still got my cough. They introduced a new checkout option last month, enabling stablecoin USDC payments powered by Solana. So crypto users will seamlessly use their USDC to pay across 1.3 million active websites globally. This is fantastic, and it's such a big move for Stripe to do that. But also we've got MasterCard are also on Solana. There was a partnership, I think happened 6 months ago, I believe. But also Visa now has expanded its stablecoin settlement capabilities last year onto the Solana blockchain, which is absolutely amazing. And the reason the payment card provider now handles over 5,000 transactions per second, which makes Solana the king of TPS, the perfect partner here. So I thought that was really, really interesting to read. Some really good, strong partnerships happening within the market on Solana. And as I said, I'm really gung-ho on Solana. I really see great value happening this year. And I see Solana really, really increasing in terms of value, in terms of total value locked. And I just see it really, I think because of the speed, and they've got a new update coming out, if you don't know about that, called Fire Dancer, which will make the TPS, the speeds of the transactions, so much faster. So keep a lookout for Fire Dancer. It's going to be really, really hot. This week as well, there was 2 major other protocols launched on Solana. We've got GMX, which is a decentralized derivatives exchange that offers lightning fast trading and low fees. This is big. I mean, for these guys to be choosing Solana is fantastic. And it just goes to show, well, my initial understanding was when you're looking at sort of institutions like this or massive high growth startups, they would normally choose, or my understanding would be Ethereum, but not this, on this sort of situation. It's not the case. It looks like people are choosing Solana based on cost and speed, which is great. The other company was Layer Zero. So think of this as a universal translator for blockchains. It makes cross-chain communication as easy as sending a text. So awesome. But interestingly, rumor has it that other Ethereum heavyweights like Athena, Aave, and Pendle are eyeing up Solana for expansion. So who would have thought that? And as this meme says here, brace yourselves, volume is coming. Love that. In other news, I thought this was super, super interesting. Paradigm leads 70 million raised for Bitcoin staking protocol Babylon. The Bitcoin staking protocol Babylon raised $70 million in funding led by venture firm Paradigm. A bit of information about what is Babylon. Babylon builds infrastructure that allows proof of stake systems to obtain staking capital from Bitcoin. The platform uses modular design and slashing functionality to let stake-based systems such as blockchain layers, 2s, DA layers, and oracles to incorporate Bitcoin as a staking and restaking asset. So I think this is huge. I mean, you obviously hear a lot about staking on Solana, Ethereum, but obviously we haven't been there yet for Bitcoin. So for Bitcoin news, I think this is fantastic. And for the Bitcoin community, absolutely insanely good. This funding will accelerate the mission to make Bitcoin the security backbone of POS systems, proof of stake systems. Babylon's co-founder, David TC, said in a statement, our team is dedicated to advancing the utility of Bitcoin beyond its traditional roles and enhancing the security of the entire blockchain ecosystem. So yeah, fantastic news. I mean, who would have thought this? The fact that we'll be able to start staking on Bitcoin through Babylon is great. Don't know about you, but I've got a nice collection of Bitcoin, and it kind of just sits there and it's collecting money after the or collecting, well, not even interest. It's just sitting there basically collecting dust, with the view that it's going to obviously shoot up post the halving in the next 18 months. But having the ability to use somebody like Babylon, and what I'd like to try and do is probably get one of the guys from Babylon to come on the show basically and have a talk with us and how they can kind of, help the Bitcoin community and how Bitcoin investors can obviously start staking and earning money out of their investments. So really, really interesting. And as I said on the opening of the video, there's some really hot news, which I've led to the end here, or left to the end. And that is this. That is the SEC's Hester Peirce proposes US and UK crypto regulatory cross-border sandbox. So this hasn't actually started yet. This is just an idea that they've put forward, or she's put forward. And I've highlighted some really sort of key areas here, which I wanted to kind of talk to you about. I'll keep it brief, but it just gives you the sort of key points to kind of look at and understand. So the SEC's Commissioner, Hester Peirce, proposed the plan in response to the Bank of England and the Financial Conduct Authority, which is the FCA, consultation paper to put in a digital security sandbox, dubbed the DSS. Peirce, one of the two Republican commissioners at the SEC, said her comments were just her own and not those of the SEC. So this is only speculation and just ideas at this moment. The US Securities and Exchange Commission's Hester Peirce proposed a cross-border sandbox. Again, I think this is a great idea, by the way. We need regulatory, and I think having something that's cross-border in a sandbox to be tested, which I'll talk a little bit more in a minute, what it can do and what they propose. And they're saying where the US and the UK would allow crypto firms to perform certain activities under regulators' oversight for 2 years. Peirce proposed the plan in response to the Bank of England and the Financial Conduct Authority, the FCA, consultation paper on creating a digital security sandbox, again, dubbed the DSS. And she wrote here, I write to make the case for a cross-border sandbox between our respective jurisdictions, which will build on the promise of the DSS and serve our investors, market participants, and regulators together. This letter outlines one simple approach that our jurisdictions can take to implementing a cross-border sandbox, and Peirce said in a statement on Wednesday. So the proposal basically under this is really simple. It's under the proposed micro innovation sandbox, the SEC would post a list of eligible activities. After garnering public comments, the agency would also set monetary ceilings, Peirce said. The goal in setting such ceilings would be to enable participants to achieve sufficient scale to gauge market reaction to their product or service and to identify areas for improvement without compromising investor protection or market integrity. And Peirce said the firm would also be subject to anti-fraud provisions, the commissioner added. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that's super interesting because obviously we've all been waiting for some sort of regulation to occur in the UK and obviously the USA, in fact, probably most of the world. But what they've been doing in the UK, which I've actually found happen quite a lot, and that is on-ramping. So if you go to the bank and you try to transfer some money, I've tried it from multiple bank accounts. And in the UK, I can talk about this. I can talk about Metro bank account, HSBC, and Revolut as well, where I couldn't, by the way, Revolut's not a bank, but still, I could send money to these exchanges from that bank account. So for example, Coinbase or Kraken, but for some odd reason, the last few months, I couldn't actually do that. So I think, you know, what the banks are doing and what the Bank of England and the FCA are doing is they're just kind of putting the brakes on everything until they have this regulation in place. So for me, I think it's really, really good news to have this sort of information about a sandbox, and perhaps the American commissions working with the FCA in the UK to create this sandbox effect to really sort of speed up the process, working with crypto innovators, operators and founders to kind of give them a good framework to work on to basically make their business work more smoothly and fit within regulation. So a bit of information there. Thanks so much for stopping by. Have a fantastic weekend and many thanks.